and it'll go live on Instagram too as well.
Yeah, she was just saying that. I hadn't seen the back end of that, so I don't see the much of the back ends of anything.
Sometimes it's better that
it's better that way. It's live now.
That way.
There we go. Okay. Well, thank you for doing this.
Absolutely. All the time, man. Anytime you're ready, I'm ready, Mike.
We're good. We're there. We're set. Everybody, hello. Welcome to this. Welcome to this. It's Saturday. And yes, baby, I'm going to hurt you. And we're going to hurt everybody because we're going to talk about what Johnny and I are doing to get ready for the first.
I know exactly what you're doing.
Yeah.
I know exactly.
You know exactly what I'm doing.
He's been dieting. He's been training. He's been doing everything that he needs to do to stay on track. Everybody else is going to start.
Everybody, yeah. I think everybody's starting the first, right?
Yeah, they're all delaying. They're all delaying to the first.
We do. New Year resolution.
Yeah.
I can never understand that, but hey, if it works for you guys, I don't know.
Yeah, but you're like, there's none of that with you.
No.
I understand why they go, hey, let's start Monday, or hey, let's start the first, because holidays is hard to get through.
Yeah, I guess.
I understand that. It's not how I do it.
No, but I feel like people, when they start doing something, they approaching immediately the wrong way. The way why I'm saying that is because they go, I'm going to go into this and I'm going to lose, 40 pounds. Instead of going in with their mindset, they have to go in with the correct mindset. So work on that first, because if you don't have the mindset, you'll never lose the weight. Because if you go in just because, and you say you're going to lose the weight, you probably did that a month ago, or 2 months ago, or 6 months ago, and still didn't lose the weight.
Yep.
You weren't mentally set. So I think mentally get in, approach everything that you need to do.
Everything you're saying sounds great.
Yeah, but
it's not easy. It sounds great. But how do you make it easy for these? Well, Johnny, how do you make it easy for these people? How do you do what she's saying? Because what she says is true.
Yeah, no.
But she's a second. I mean, I'm not going to compare my discipline and stuff to her mindset because she grew up in a communist country.
Right.
She was built to be a beast.
Right.
I had to do it because I was a Roman Catholic Irish boy in a family of 10. I was getting my ass kicked. But how do you make those changes, not physically, but mentally?
Well, she's right. You got to mentally prepare yourself to do what you're going to do. I think that definitely helps somebody along the way than saying, I'm just going to go in the gym and lose 40 pounds. Obviously, listen, it's a lot easier said than done for us, right, Mona and Mike? I mean, we've been doing this for so long. It's our routine. We like it. We love it. And you know what? We can't live without it. It's opposite for all these other people. They don't like it. They don't love it. And they could do without it. But they really can't because their health, their body, and everything else is suffering. So they're like, well, I got to make some sort of a change. Yeah. So, what am I going to do here? And then January 1st is going rolling around. Well, we know that on January 1st, number one New Year's resolution is weight loss. Gyms get packed. People that are more seasoned people that go to the gym get upset with some of these people, because they're taking their equipment, they're taking their time. They think they're just going to end it 30 days or 60 days to be done with it. So, I mean, it really does start with you as a person. And listen, if you really want it, you need to start setting some sort of actions in place to start getting it. And obviously, when we talk about actions going into place, going to somewhere to get physical activity is number one. And half the battle is them getting there and going inside of the place to get activity. Because there are people, believe it or not, that drive all the way to the gym. They're all prepared to go in. And then they psych themselves out.
They forgot their headphones.
I didn't get my pre-workout in. I'm too tired. I got this going on later. I got that going on later. Every other excuse in the book. But, hey, listen, you know what? I only got 15, 20 minutes. I'm going to go inside and hit as hard as I possibly can for those 15, 20 minutes. I'll get out and I have to do what I have to do. So, it really does. It starts with the person because we could tell people all day, listen, lose weight, go get activity, go get a nutrition plan, do that. But if they don't follow the lead and do it themselves, I mean, they're going to be stuck there in the root because nobody's going to be able to do it for you. And that's the whole core facts. I mean,
well, I think first they have to admit that for those type of people that they have to admit that what they're doing it wrong. Because if they don't admit themselves, that it's like having an alcohol problem. If you don't admit yourself that you're an alcoholic, you never think you got a problem. So,
right.
You got to admit yourself, listen, I've been doing this wrong. I've been doing this for so long, and I'm not seeing any results. I'm admitting to myself that, so now what do I do to get this right? So if you need help, if you need to get a trainer to get you to the gym, if you need to get someone to motivate you to stay on nutrition, you got to look for those little tips that's going to move you to the next step. Because I tell you what, I don't care who it is, okay? Once you see results where you get in shape and you see a muscle tone or you lost 40 pounds, once you see those results, you get freaking addicted. I don't care what anybody says. And then no going back from there. You just want to push and move forward. Am I right? But you have to admit the fact that, listen, I'm doing this wrong. Like the other day, a few days ago, I woke up and then I went right back to sleep. And I told Mike, listen, I woke up at 6 and I almost did cardio, but I went back to sleep. And then he goes, you what? And he just laughed and walked out. Like, you kidding me? And then it hit me. I'm like, what the hell am I saying? What am I doing? Like, no, it's not such a thing. I understand that your body needs to take off. Listen to your body. Yes, you need days off.
Yes.
Don't push yourself until you burn out. But at the same time, admit your wrong doings. That way you could get the help that you need to move forward. I got the help that I need. I got AOD.
It's a lot to help. I mean, that's the biggest thing. A lot of people just start going to the gym and stuff like that. Like she said, they don't start seeing results. Whether it's not their training, their nutrition's off, something's not working right, hormones are off, whatever it is. So, I mean, obviously finding out what's going on inside, knowing what's everything's there is a part of it too. But it really does start with the person. They got to start putting some sort of action plan in place of what they're going to do and how they're going to start accomplishing these goals. And one, like Mona said, is admitting to yourself, like, listen, I've been doing something wrong my whole life, or, this is not the right way, or this is not working for me. Because, you see so many different things out there where people like, see a lot of these big fruit diets and stuff like that, where people are eating fruit for 7 days, 14 days. That might work for somebody, but I don't think it's going to work for everybody out there. And that's not going to hit everybody's nutritional goals and what they need to grow or to succeed and to progress forward. We need certain things like proteins. We need certain things like, some fats and some carbohydrates too, as well, in certain circumstances. So, it's not don't get all confused, or don't make it seem so difficult. Make it start seeming easy to eliminate some of the different things that might be negatively affecting your progress and health. Whether it's your eating plan, whether it's your training plan, because you have no training plan, or you just eat McDonald's every day. Start eliminating some of these things little by little and start moving forward with progress. Like Mona said, once you start seeing progress, that's just going to motivate you even more.
Oh, yeah.
The people that don't get progress, they get unmotivated. Like, why am I even doing this? I'm sitting here busting ass for 2 hours. I'm eating rice cakes and chicken all day with broccoli, and I hate this food, and I just don't like this, and nothing's working. But if that was working, they'd be like, you know what? I'm going to stick to this plan. I'm going to eat this broccoli. I'm going to eat this chicken. I'm going to do what I need to do, and I'm going to continue on. I see a small percentage of people where they work so hard, they get to that certain point, and they think they can just stop. And I'm like, don't just stop. I'm like, you're there now. Like, no, just maintain. I'm like, just keep doing what you're doing, man. Why even get out of that beautiful circle that you're in right now? Because it's working. So don't turn it off or don't change things. If things are working, that's the best thing I can say.
I saw two things. I was involved in a discussion yesterday. That was one thing. And I want to talk about that for a second. But I saw something from Conor McGregor the other day. And I liked it for me because of I'm an odd cat. I know that. Not many people find their passion when they're 9 or 8 and 9, and then just stay with it your whole life. So I get that I grew up differently and lived differently. Yeah. That being said, I loved listening to somebody that he motivates the motivators, right? And he's been such an elite athlete and came from, nothing. Right. He said that you got to be a little crazy to be that far advanced. And I liked that. I liked knowing that I was an odd cat and a lone wolf in a sense. But he also says he watches other people, because I don't. I love movies. You and me are twins when it comes to this. I haven't met anybody as bad as I am when it comes to, I need to see a movie once a week. Yeah. And so I get that. But there's a lot of times I don't watch a lot of stuff that everybody else watches. Mm-hmm. I don't watch a lot of football anymore. I don't watch any, those kind of things anymore, because I'm thinking about my lifting and doing my stuff, and how I know that you work like I do 7 days a week. All day. And I love the fact that we like doing that aspect of life, to where we hustle and drive ourselves so hard. And it kind of, I just like knowing that I'm odd there. So if you are out there and you're the odd cat that says, hey, January 1st, I'm going to get in shape. The rest of my family's not going to. My significant other's not going to. My kids aren't. Don't worry about it, man. Just do you, because it's a cool thing that you may influence others. And then the discussion I had yesterday with a guy that I've known for over 30 years. Ada Ray is a Indonesian bodybuilder that came over to America 30 years ago and took it by storm and won shows and became a legend. And the reason why I brought him up is because he came over here and he was one of these competitors that came over and just crushed the bodybuilding scene in the mid-90s, when it's the most intense and best competitors in the world. It won't do it on the other side. The reason why I say that is because he made a point. He goes, I came from Indonesia. We had a nothing gym. We had nothing food. We had nothing information. Right. And this guy became not just, I had Gold's Gym Venice. I had Arnold Schwarzenegger tell me how I should train and stuff. This guy comes over from Indonesia with very little, and he kicked ass. Yeah. And his point was, and I agree with it, is today there's so much information. And you were just talking about this. Here's a diet. Here's a diet. Here's a diet. This is how you need to train. This is how you need to train. Guys, you just got to get going. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't matter if you got Gold's Gym Venice or you're in Indonesia in a little hut and you got a barbell. Yep. Just get started. And I thought that was beautiful coming from somebody that's not good. Right. He's a freaking legend. Mm-hmm. And he looks the same today at 54 years old that he did when he was 28. Mm-hmm. It's like, I don't know what you guys are waiting for, or think that you need this whole luxury Mark Wahlberg gym at your house to get up at 4:00 in the morning. Because I'll tell you this, I love Mark Wahlberg, and I just like this new movie that he did, and we just said it. But he's younger than the guy yesterday, mm-hmm. who has and Mark could do whatever he wants and doesn't look as good as this. So it's just you, the individual, that you can earn that physique, you can build that body, and you can do it even if you're 55, 60 years old. And so just for you guys, I just kind of wanted to say that because it's so true. I didn't think about that when he came over here from Indonesia. He had a barbell and some stuff, and the guy's legs and glute tie-in is still mind-blowing to me. So it was cool seeing that.
It's true. I mean, look at all those places you see in like Africa and stuff like that. I mean, some of these groups, like sponsor some of these guys over in Africa, like sending like some money for equipment and stuff like that, because they literally have nothing. They have nothing. They're lifting like cement pots and like just crazy stuff to get the training in. When you look at stuff like that, even I gotta say this too, Mike. Even when you look at some guys that are in prison, how are those guys getting the nutrition? Because they ain't getting good food.
They're getting that, what is that? That one sandwich with cheese, man. It's like, and they still get muscular and they still look good.
That's what I'm saying. So, I mean, it's really in the mindset, the training, and just, really like just going full into it, I think, to really get that way. It's not what you have like around you. Like you said, you can have the best training facility in the world, right? That doesn't mean you're going to be in the best shape or you're going to use it to your full maximum potential. I think that's, it has something to say. It really does for people that have nothing and they make something out of nothing. That's the people that, like you said, like that's fascinating to me. Like, hey, listen, you didn't have the nutrition we had over here, you didn't have the training that we had over here, and you still do this. Yes, genetics could play a small role in this, but it's not everything. Trust me, guys. That's like maybe 25, 35%, and then the rest is going to be trained nutrition wise, or at least 50. Even if you say this guy's the Adonis coming out of the womb and been stacked and jacked his whole life, but you look at some of these pictures, some of these people, they're not stacked and jacked their whole life, and they really do start working up to that level and then keep that level, like you said. At 53, 54 years old, if you're looking that good since 25, man, you're doing something right for sure.
Right, and I agree with you. I think genetics is irrelevant. It's, and I'm sorry for saying that, but it really is, because at the end of the day, you are who you are. That's what you're given. If you're telling me that you ain't going to do something because you're not prone to be rich, you're not prone to have big calves and stuff, it's like, kid, how do you not fight for your one life and try to be the most savage person as you can? It's like
making more excuses, man, for yourself, more things like tell yourself you can't do it instead of saying, I can do this, or I'm going to do this. Start saying that to yourself every day in the mirror, right? And you're driving to work or you're driving to the gym. It'll motivate you just then. You got to tell yourself you're going to do these things. If you keep telling yourself you're not going to be able to do these things, this is not for me, then you're never going to accomplish that. It's not going to be there. You're already talking yourself out of the game right there.
Yeah. And here's the thing, and we can go into this because I think what's great is that I did a post. If you guys haven't seen, just go over to my Instagram. It's actually everywhere. It's on my Facebook. It's on my Twitter. Mo put it everywhere. Snapchat, my TikTok. And I talk about two things. And I talk about the NAD and the AOD. Is that right? Is that how you say it? Oh, yeah. And one is a fat burner, and the other one is for the mind. But also, it's also not just for the mind. It's for the body. It's for youth. It's for keeping yourself healthy. And I talked about both of those peptides. And again, for you guys that are confused, peptides is a long line of amino acids is what they are. So if you're confused about it and all that. But I talked about how the AOD has helped me get leaner and leaner. And I'm so excited because it's starting to get there now. With the physique, I'm like, okay, I'm watching it and stuff.
Yeah.
And I got one more month to go. And I'm sitting there going, wow, I'm so excited. Could I, and I asked the guys yesterday, I said, could I look better on January 26, 2024 than I did winning the universe in 90, 92, 95, 97? Could I look better?
Mm-hmm.
And I think we all three agree. I think I'm going to be bigger, more lean, denser, because I was just that pup. Yeah. I didn't have that old man muscle.
With that mature muscle, man, the maturity is there for sure.
It would be curious to see. I'm excited about it, and I feel like I'm going to be. It's like, how did I do that? Well, he's standing right in front of you. This guy and me teamed up here now.
The best.
We met about 2 years ago, and I wish right then it happened. Yeah. But I stayed in touch with you. I reached out to you after that and just say it was a pleasure meeting. And so they're actually optimizing a 4-time Mr. Universe California powerlifting, a California judo champion, Hall of Fame in martial arts and bodybuilding to look better now, 25 years after I competed.
That's just crazy to think about, but yes, it can definitely be done.
It's like, wait a minute, how could I? That's so cool. And I'm also thinking it's like, wait a minute, why is Mona just crushing the weights as of late more than ever? Yeah. So it's not just me.
I feel better.
It's not me. It's us.
Yeah.
Which is like, okay, so now Titan Medical just made some elite people better. Imagine what that could do for everybody.
Absolutely. I mean, listen, it's a game changer for anybody out there. We have so many different varieties of therapies for so many different people that are trying to reach so many different goals, or just feeling better, maybe more energy, building lean muscle mass, losing fat or body weight. I mean, sleeping better, healing, right? Mental clarity, longevity of life. I mean, there's so many different things that people can do nowadays for themselves to feel better. And I mean, you guys are just a great example, right? And that's putting these therapies in people's hands that are doing what they should be doing too as well. But even if you're not doing everything you should be doing, you still will start getting some results. But if
can you explain to them what therapy is? Because I think they get so tunnel visioned on just the one little thing that people, because they know there's a fish hook. And if you want to do a fish hook, just say the word, tea or anything like that. And then you're fish hooked and you're like,
I got you.
They missed skin, mind, hair, energy, heart, blood pressure, ED, or boom, you got a pipe. There's so much that they bypass. Can you go into that? I'm sorry. I think it's so important.
I'm sorry. I've been in this business for so long. I've been doing this for so long. I obviously shortcut some different things by what I say by therapies. When I'm talking about therapies, I'm talking about all the different options you have as far as medications, as far as peptides, weight loss medications, not just hormone replacement therapy or testosterone replacement. Obviously, that plays a big role with some people, but some people out there don't need testosterone replacement therapy, or their hormones are all right. But then they have some other different things that are going on. Let's say they have injuries. And we talk about peptides like BPC 157, TB 500. They want to be able to grow a little bit bigger, eat more, have better IGF-1 levels. Then we can talk about MK677, which is an oral GHRH therapy. It's a growth hormone releasing peptide therapy. And then we start talking about some different things like, hey, listen, let's do some amino acid therapy treatments like a Hercules potion. It's going to give you a better pump, better recovery. You're going to be able to lift and to do more strenuous activities, right? Recover faster. So that's just one aspect. Maybe sleeping better, because a lot of people have sleep problems out there, right? And you don't want to use narcotics. You don't want to have problems like that or relying on things as a crutch to be able to go to sleep. So that's when we talk about like Titan Serenity, DSIP, which is another peptide therapy, Delta sleep-inducing peptide. And then, we might talk about, better bedroom performance. Who doesn't want to be better in the bedroom for their partner or, partners or whatever you guys are doing out there to have fun? It's not my business.
We just went into a whole new thing.
But if you want to be better for yourself, for your partner and all that, then we can go into that aspect. And we have different medications and therapies. When I talk about therapies, this is just something that's a shortcutted word for our different medications or services that we offer patients to help them feel better, look better, perform better. So there's different things. And like I said, different people have different goals for what they want to achieve. Some people don't want to go to the gym. That's fine. They don't want to go to the gym. They want to lose a couple pounds. They just want to feel better. Like every day, they want to wake up and feel like, hey, I don't feel like I've been drained and getting up and I have to like go through my day as a zombie. So there's different things. People want better skin. As you get older, obviously hormones might decrease. You might have to look into that. But to improve skin, then we talk about GHK copper peptide to be injectable. When we talk about immune system function, alum or thymosin alpha 1, it's great for the immune system to boost the immune system. Or triimmune therapy. As I said, there's so many different things that we offer.
You put this up there for John. Will you put up, can you do the AOD if you have high blood pressure? Do you see that?
I don't see that, but so if you have high blood pressure and you're looking for a weight loss therapy, there's 3 different therapies that you can really look at for these therapies. One is AOD 9604. It's Mary put this up here. Can you take AOD if you have high blood pressure? So AOD 9604 is not going to affect blood pressure in any way, shape, or form. Usually the old weight loss medications like phetermine, fetrometrazine, will really, really mess with blood pressure as far as blood pressure in your body. PCH Plus, that's one we offer. I love it, but you know what? That's not really good for people that have high blood pressure. When we talk about high blood pressure, AOD 9604. No stimulant, no raising high blood pressure, burning fat that's putting forward and put into the body that they're eating as far as semaglutide tirzepatide, great for people that have high blood pressure or cardiovascular issues. Not good for people that have thyroid nodules, though. And I remember Mary, I think, had thyroid nodules. That's the only one. That's the only one.
I got another one for you too. Can you overwork out? Now, I know the answer, but give them your response, and then also give them the secondary to this. I think.
Sure. Go for it. All right. So, can you overwork out? So, can you work out too much? So, yes, you possibly could overdo it if you're working out, like let's say chest 7 days a week, as hard as you possibly can. Some people, I've heard different theories on this where you can work out 3 days a week and at least give your body 1 day of rest in between those 3 days. I've seen 2 days. I really think it depends on you as the person and how you're feeling. If you feel like you're really ran down and you need a day's rest, then I think maybe you might do a day's rest there. Right? Do I think that somebody could go train 7 days a week? Absolutely. And if they're using these therapies, some of these different medications, and they're really optimized, their body's recovering faster than ever. It's mobilizing, it's moving, it has what it needs, and you can actually, get better results maybe a little bit faster if you're working out a little bit harder and using some of these different medications and therapies.
I want to add on to that just because I'm a psycho.
Yeah,
I know this. I know that.
You know about working out 7 days a week, right, Mike?
If I was my own coach, I would fire me. It's just trust me. So I was like, okay, tomorrow's definitely off. I've gone 10 days straight here. And then I woke up this morning at 4:30 and I'm like, okay, I'm going to go train. So, I'm no help. I'm not good here. But I will say this, because of the fact I'm optimizing my body to the best it's ever been, I can train better and more frequently now. You understand, I'm double nickels, everybody. I can train better and more frequently now, and I'm hitting 2 a days than I could when I was 20. I would tell my young self, who was a freaking savage and I wouldn't want to tussle with, but I would tell my 20-year-old self that you can't hang with me now. Yep. And I won everything then. And so it's cool that not only did I optimize my body, I got to do what the one thing Mike Orr was put on this earth to do, and that is train every single day, twice a day, if I freaking want to. And it's the coolest thing because, kids want to go to Disneyland and all this kind of stuff. I want to go to the gym twice a day.
Yep.
And so it's like, holy shit, I just got the Christmas gift of incredible. I'm blessed right now. I just say that. I'm training twice a day. I'm loving it. I wake up thinking every other day, I'm going to take tomorrow off. Okay, Mona, it's been 2 weeks now. I'm taking tomorrow off. And I go in and I'm like, no, I'm recovered. I feel good. I go in, I get nasty.
I know. You texted me today.
Yeah, I messaged you.
Yeah, he gets to the gym and messages me like 45 minutes later. He goes, I'm so freaking strong.
Yeah, today it was like, and if you guys know me, like, and I say that, something's
feeling good.
Yeah, I go. So, and for you guys that don't understand, where I am on my nutrition is I'm 4 weeks out from stage. And you'll find that you go through the history of bodybuilding. At this stage, most of them are not doing half of what I'm doing at this stage of the game, a month out from shows. So the leanness, the strength, and everything. It's so, Johnny, thank you, man. Thank you. And it is a perfect lead in because right here is something that Mona and I talked about. We talked about last week, the CJC.
Yep. So it says, thank you both for your insight. Looks like CJC 1295 is no longer available, or is it? When is the next best therapy to use instead of CJC or similar benefits? So we offer CJC 1295 with ipamorelin still. You can still get it from the pharmacy.
Yes, it's available.
Don't get it. Get enough to last you some months.
Yes.
For anybody on here, just FYI, just to be clear, some peptides are getting pulled off of there. And so I would say, get a shelf worth, you know,
get 2-3 months if you can at a time. At that point, then you're set and you're secured. People ask me all the time, like, hey, John, when are peptides going? You said they're going to be going soon and they're still available. Well, they're still available through two pharmacies who are basically like this to the FDA. And that's between them and the FDA. If they offer it, we can still do it for our patients. So at that point, that's what we're going to do. So listen, I'm just loving it that we can still get them. I'm like stacking still. So at that point, it'll be a good day. And hopefully they won't ever take them away from these pharmacies.
Yeah. It's like you finally can help these things that are so, again, more important to me than muscle is skin texture and health and how the body's functioning, and your ligaments is so much more important than muscle. And so for me, maybe it's that I've done the peptides now for almost 12 weeks. That's maybe why I'm feeling even like, okay, this is really going well. And it's like, wow, my back and knees and shoulders and elbows. It's like, are you supposed to feel like this at this age? After lifting for 45 years, heavy as freak. Yeah. It's like, wow, that's kind of cool.
It's amazing. It is amazing. I mean, dude, there's not a lot of guys at that age where you're at right now saying and doing what you're doing. I mean, there's some bigger guys out there I've seen at 55, but their shoulders, joints are screwed. I mean, they're all beat up, and it isn't. They're not as healthy as you are. They're not as strong as you are, and they're definitely taking a lot more stuff than you are per se, right? I mean, they're over the edge on some of these different things that we don't prescribe or don't do for patients. They're a little bit outside the boundaries, and that's even better for you as far as that goes.
So somebody's asking here, do you have a link to the store? So
where can we find you?
Titan Medical, and you can on IG or on any of my links on any of my bios. There is a link to Titan Medical, and that's where you would go, because I see you guys are saying, where's the store? Where is this? I guess it's not really a store, but it's a John's place there in Florida, and they will ship this pretty much anything and everything nationwide.
Absolutely.
So again, Titan Medical, write out the name, would you, and then just put that right up the main page there.
Okay, and also I would say that this person is saying that he wants to use BPC.
Yep.
But what else can he add to that so he could really, really recover quickly and strongly?
Yep. So if you guys are trying to get a hold of us, titanmedicalcenter.com, go to the contact us page, fill it out real quick. We'll contact you Tuesday. You can call or text 727-389-3220 at any time, and we'll get to you as soon as we get back in the office. BPC 157, I know he said if you can take it orally, you're going to want to take it injectable. Oral would be good if you had like a stomach issue, Crohn's disease, ulcer, something of that nature. Injectable is going to be a lot better because at that point it's more site derivative as far as what you're injecting. So you'd want to do BPC 157, TB 500, especially for an ACL tear. If you're doing an ACL tear, combining both of these is really, really going to help you the best way.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Johnny. I was going to say this too, is that besides me, I feel good and healthy and stuff like that. What I'm seeing is in the Titan crew, all these people are feeling better. Their blood works are coming back. And we got my superstar, Mary, here is one of these people.
Yeah.
And it's cool to see that. And then it's also cool, again, it's not just me, but Mona and other people like this are feeling so good and optimizing their bodies again at this stage. And I want you guys all to stop saying this. Stop saying, can you build muscle? Can you get in shape after 30 or 40 years old? You can do it at 50. You can do it at 60. Again, it's like the world is showing you. Social media shows you that there's people out that are 50 and 60. So stop saying, I need the studies.
Yep.
I just need one person I just need Robbie Robinson to show me at 80 years old he can look like this. Freak yeah, I'm going to do it.
Yep.
I don't need a study to tell me that shit.
Oh, I mean, think about this too, Mike. Everybody is limited to what they've seen somebody do, right? So before Michael Jordan, nobody dunked from the free throw line, right? Nobody like Shohei Ohtani pitched and caught, or excuse me, pitched and hit like he's doing, or Babe Ruth or somebody like of that caliber. It's just somebody is not going to, when somebody accomplishes something, it sets a marker for somebody to beat that accomplishment, right? And if you see somebody else do it, then you're like, oh man, you know what? I can do that too. I'm going to do that. But sometimes if you don't, you got to be the pioneer, and you're like, I'm going to do this. Nobody's done this before. I'm going to do this. And that's what they do. And that's a very limited person. It's a lot easier for somebody to come behind and be like, you know what? I've seen this record. I'm going to beat this record. And they know they got to beat that record. And setting the record is just a whole story.
Somebody, I remember that I still got this chip on the shoulder, and I'll keep it there because it comes in handy. I started modeling when I was 13, 14. I did this Nordstrom's ad, and I did this stuff, and I was doing these commercials. It was fun. It was fun. And I just remember the kids in school were like, well, that's cool. And you can do that until you're 20 or something like that. But what are you going to be, a 50-year-old model?
Yep. Look at you now.
There's my latest cover right here. So it's like
covers, Mike.
Not just 50, but doing movies where I'm playing a 38-year-old. It's like, I like that fact. I like that I kept those chips on the shoulder, and I like that. And I used those chips in a good way to push me and motivate me. And so I wish you guys out there would do this going into the new year.
Yeah.
Just to bring this back around is that make it your year.
Yeah.
You stop telling people what you're going to do. Write it down for yourself. Make it. Put that on your freaking windows, your doors. I don't care, your bathroom mirror. Put it down there and stop. And don't do this. Don't go over there in social media and do the echoed post. I'm going to do this, and this.
Please, no.
Show them. Show them, because I'm going to show everybody here that by January 26th, when I post those shots on my birthday, I'm going to look better than I did here on this picture of the 97 universe. I'm going to dust that kid.
Hell yeah.
And I want everybody else to join me on this and feel like this and enjoy this and have this fun.
Mm-hmm. And feel better, get healthier, get stronger by doing it. You get all the benefits. Anybody that puts in the work gets the benefits. It's not like Mike's going to get the benefits out of you working out. No, he's trying to help you get going so you start feeling better and you get the benefits. And that's really what it's about. I mean, I wish a lot of people would I don't know. It's just kind of crazy what I see nowadays. Like, everybody wants an instant gratification or a shortcut. Nobody wants to put in the work. It's just, I guess it's the generation that we're in.
I know, but it's weird to me because I'm sitting here talking to a guy that has this facility and the connections to help everybody.
Yes.
And it's like you're here going, I have this in my hand.
Right.
Maybe it's your skin's a problem. Maybe it's your fat burning. Maybe it's your heart rate, your blood pressure. I have it here, but what are you going to do here?
Right.
Are you going to make the phone call? Are you going to go to the website? Are you going to do the blood work? Are you going to? It's like all you can do is hold this and go, I'm here.
That's it.
I can't make you guys do this stuff. I can't make you want to live a better life. I can't make you. I watched this guy just on vacation, and it made me tired watching him. It did. I said, holy shit, I want to go on vacation, but holy cow, where am I going to nap? You were going, kid. I love it.
It was. Honestly, on vacations, it's more relaxing. We're by the pool, by the beach, hanging out, getting a tan.
Oh, don't kid me, dude. I saw everything. You were out ATM. You were up in the sky. You were flying over here. You were doing, it was so cool. It was like you were 20 years old, going to a spring break or something because you were like nonstop.
It wasn't more of a nonstop vacation. We took our son during Christmas time, which this is the first time we ever went away for Christmas. And, it was a couple different things that he's never even done before. So, he's never parasailed before. He's never went tubing before. He's never been on ATV before. and being the big man child that he is, he's 14 years old. Everybody thought he was 18 there.
Yeah.
He had to do everything. I mean, even 18 years old to drink there, obviously I didn't want to drink.
Put up the
stuff. They're like, oh, he's 18. He can have this. Or he can be in bars. He can do this. He can go here. He can drive his own ATV. You know how excited he was for that? I mean, it was awesome. So, getting to do those experiences. But that's what it's about, right? I wouldn't be able to do what I did on vacation if I feel like crap. If I feel like right? Like I'm just mentally drained, physically drained, like I can't do this. Like,
you imagine what a 14-year-old's energy is? And if you saw this kid, he doesn't look 14. Like he said, he looks like he's 18 years old. He's a beast. He's bigger than I am. And so imagine being a father that has to keep up with his son that's going like that. And Johnny did it. And what's cool is I've seen you, man. You put him to taking a nap. So it's cool that you and your wife are two people that are living this life truly and optimizing this life and enjoying it to the fullest. And I can just appreciate that going, wow, Peter's got some good parents, man.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. And I wish just more parents would go into this going, oh, I get it. If I'm in shape, I'm making life better for my wife or husband and my kids. Oh, I didn't see it that way. I thought it was just I'm being selfish and getting in shape.
Yeah. No vanity. There's nothing to do with that. Like, there's people out there where they shame their partner for wanting to go to the gym or wanting to eat healthy. They're like, why, you spend all your time in the gym. I'm trying to get healthy. I'm trying to work out. I'm trying to, be around a lot longer, have a lot more energy for you. Oh, well, all you ever eat is chicken or this or that. You don't experience life. You don't have a mature palate. I'm like, listen, man. I'm like,
what the hell's that?
Yeah. I'm like, listen, I'm not. Okay. I like to eat some good food, but I'm not this guy that's gonna go out. I'm not gonna do it. Like I don't get pressured into doing it. It is what it is. I'm 42 years old, 43. Good Jesus! And at that point, like I know what I like. I know it's gonna work. I've been around the block a couple times, and I'm open to experiencing new things and trying new things, but it's got to fit the program.
They're going to town. I love this.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you, and I love that. That's how you stand. You and that's the thing. It's funny because if anything, I'm the guy that's very limited on the food. This man eats and eats. You're allowed to have those moments because you're so precise the rest of the time, and I think people. Okay, I got to give it an analogy. It's LA, and so there's fads and clicks and all that kind of stuff. I like the light there, man. It's given a good. It's a good. Yeah, it's a little Scorsese, I think. So there's a restaurant here just opened up down by Gold's Gym, and there's a line around the block, and it's I guess a half an hour wait. And it's ridiculous. It reminds me of the old 70s movies when you went to see Star Wars. I'm like, the lines around the block. And this is for food. And I'm like, those people are really waiting to get that meal. It's like, wow, that must be incredibly awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking about how I eat and then going, dude, if I went to Subway, that'd probably taste really freaking good for me because I'm so clean.
Yeah.
And then I thought about that and I'm like, well, you have to waste the time. You have to sit in that line now because their palates are like, all they do is eat bad or high spicy and all this kind of stuff. And so for them, they have to go to that extreme and be that cliche and go, I've been to the new restaurant, because the rest of their time isn't them taking care of themselves. They're just trying to fit in and do what everybody else is doing and live that lifestyle of, oh, I just eat whatever I want because I'm really enjoying life. No, Johnny's enjoying life.
Yeah.
He gets to go do this stuff and go enjoy his life. And then he does get to enjoy those moments. and that's, I think, to me, that's just impressive to me because you're willing to, as they say, be disciplined and consistent And that way, when you do enjoy it, it really means something.
Yeah.
It's not I don't know. It's just, to me,
no, trust me. I mean, even you can see my videos where I eat, even on vacation. I'm eating grilled chicken breasts and grilled shrimp out there. Like, you know, my son and them were eating some fries and nachos here or there and that, but they were eating good too. The good thing about Turks and Caicos, and I told you, 0 fast food restaurants on the whole island. So you gotta eat something that's cooked by somebody there, you know, one way or the other. Now that doesn't mean that there's not bad food that's cooked too, but majority of that food out there is pretty clean, different food sources that you're going to get from over here. So, you know,
it can't always be fun. You got to put the work in, and that's what we're talking about New Year's. Let's start putting the work in. Let's start doing that so we can optimize and be the best we possibly can. And like everybody here, this is great. I like this one. Go for that, Mo. Read that one up.
I'm 57, ruptured my left patella in 2016, dealing with arthritis in the knee and some ACL and meniscus tears in my right knee. I earned my IFBB Pro card at 51. Congrats on that.
Yeah, congrats.
And still train with weights. What treatment?
Okay, Johnny, this is great. Well, first off, I love that they received their pro card at 51 years old. This is a savage of a person. He does not quit, and he's 57 now, and he's dealing with, and this is the stuff I talk about, some severe injuries. Johnny, give him the protocol.
Sure. So obviously, listen, you're dealing with arthritis, knee, and some ACL meniscus tears in the right knee. So you're gonna have some damage going on. So listen, BPC 157, TB 500, I would definitely put those into play, and maybe some IGF-1 therapy. You can always take some glutathione too for inflammation inside the body, but BPC 157, TB 500 are going to cover that inflammation too as well. But I think those three combined, or even the two, but the three would put it over the top. I think that would give great recovery to some of these different things that you got going on, and for the arthritis especially, you got some issues here with the leg and the knee, and rupturing the left patella. I would definitely utilize those therapies to try to recover back as best as you possibly can, and those three are going to be your best options.
I love that. Someone here says, is that the glutathione, the NAC versus the glutathione?
Okay, so NAC is an acetylcysteine. So NAC is usually given, NAC is usually given in the hospital. So NAC is usually given to patients that have alcohol poisoning, or they've had a fatty liver per se to a certain extent. NAC is a good one, but NAC is it's a precursor to glutathione. Where glutathione is going to be a lot better, right? As far as if I had to go between the two, you're going to get way more benefits from glutathione as far as liver functions, inflammation. But NAC does play a good part too. Now, we have NAC and glutathione injectable in our Nectar of the Gods, and it has glutamine in it. It has lysine in it, which is great for immune system functions. It has proline, taurine, NAC, L-carnitine, glutathione, glutamine, and arginine. So it's a packed bunch in there. So if you really are looking for both of them together, you can get both of them together. But if I had to pick between the two, I'd go with glutathione all the way.
Glutathione. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. That's good insight too, and I did not know that. I learned a little something today too with the NAC.
Alcohol poisoning, especially in the hospital, NAC is what they usually get to.
And let's finish this on. We talked a few weeks ago, and I didn't even think of this, but we talked about my sleep, and my sleep is pretty darn good off season. Pretty darn good. It's not great. It's my one downfall, I think. As I diet, it becomes terrible. And I've said this before, and John was there listening to this and came to save me on this. So when I diet, I'm in a deficit, and I'm in a pretty extreme deficit. With that being said, you can block that one.
You're not going to find a boyfriend here. I don't think so.
Why would people put up what you're saying?
Yeah. All right. Good. Oh, okay. So But Johnny gave me, and correct me if I'm wrong, the Titan Serenity.
Yes,
And
sir.
wow, I am sleeping till 7 o'clock every morning now, and I go to bed at 9 o'clock. So I'm getting some really good sleep and deep. And so, can you talk to them about that? And
Sure.
this might be one of the big triggers on why this last week seems like I stepped up a notch.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so you guys understand sleeping is so important. And I've talked about this, and John has.
Yep.
You can train as hard as you want, you can eat as well as you want, but if you're not recovering and getting that sleep, and so Johnny just helped me out tremendously by just a sleep. Go for it. Explain this.
So Titan Serenity. Titan Serenity is another one of our signature therapies, like Hercules Potion, Titan Complete, Titan Ultra, and such. But Titan Serenity was made for somebody that had problems sleeping, because a lot of people have issues sleeping. There's so many different medications on the market, whether over the counter or prescribed narcotics, that are trying to help people sleep today. And that's a big, like, hey, there's a problem here. There's a problem. And like you talked about, sleep is so important. It's so valuable to you. You have no idea. Everything you do, even later on in life, as sleep starts to deteriorate more, it's put you at a higher risk for dementia and Alzheimer's disease. The less sleep you get, the worse off your body's going to be now and later. But we wanted to give something, we wanted to put together something, I did, to help people that was going to help people. One, there's two types of sleepers. One that can't fall asleep, and the one that the wheels start turning and they wake up every hour in the hour. So we said, listen, what can we put together that's going to help people? It's not a narcotic. It's going to be great for somebody. They can stop it whenever they want. They can use it whenever they want. It's going to work the exact same. So Titan Serenity was born. Titan Serenity has L-theanine, which is great for calming you down, lowering anxiety. So if people have social anxiety, they can actually take a lower dose of this, go out in public, and be totally fine and relaxed. But what it's going to do is that's going to relax you. Magnesium is also going to bring you down, relax you. It's also going to distribute hormones throughout the body and a lot more. Taurine is going to help with brain function the next day, and it's going to help if you're working out with cramping and stuff like that. So these three are put together.
I just noticed that.
Yeah, it's awesome. So I mean, you really get a lot of benefits from this. And when you sleep better, you're going to feel better the next day. There are people out there that sleep 10 or 12 hours a night if they try and they can get it, and they still wake up unrefreshed the next day because they're not getting good sleep. They might be in light sleep, but that's not deep sleep or REM sleep. And those are the two ones that you really want to focus on. Even a lot of people that take like Tylenol PM, and one of the people used to be was Sharice. And at night, I kind of get scared, right? Because she'd be sleeping and her eyes would be not fidgeting, but they'd be like white, like a zombie, and like come up a little bit. Like, hey.
Whoa, wait a minute.
Get the gun and go to her head after. I don't shoot my body or something. But, at that point, it's because of that. She's in a light sleep and she's not deep sleep.
Shut up.
And it's because of Tylenol PM and some of these different things. Yes, it put her to sleep, but she's not in deep sleep, and she wasn't feeling refreshed the next day. So
that's a huge. I talked to a doctor, and we were talking about sleep and stuff, and he says there's a huge difference between a medicated sleep and a good sleep. Yep. And I was like, wow, I thought sleep is sleep. I thought if it's medicated or not medicated. And he goes and he explained it, and I saw the studies of this. There's a difference, and so that's huge, guys. Just so you know, there is studies on all this, a lot of the stuff that we're talking about. But the one thing you're not going to find a study on is the fact that you have to make the move.
Yep.
You got to do this. You got to make the call. You got to call Titan Medical. You got to say, hey, I'm going to start dieting. I'm going to start training. Yep. It's you. There ain't no study about that bad boy.
No. It's all up to you. Your destiny is in your hands. So at that point, all you have to do is contact us. We'll make it real simple and easy for you guys. Once you fill out the new patient paperwork and you see our provider, you will be happy because we'll make recommendations that will improve your quality of life and improve everything that you're doing. I promise you.
Let's finish it here. Somebody just messaged, and you've talked about this nauseously, I know, but we're almost done. He's just going to explain the TB 500, and we're done.
So, Mark Sanders says, if you're open to it, please share the benefits of TB 500. So let's talk about TB 500. TB500 is awesome. It's another healing peptide. Thymosin beta 4 is what TB500 usually comes from. It comes from the thymus gland. Now, the benefits of it. One, it works throughout the body, right? Systematically throughout the body. So it's going to work everywhere once you inject it. Like BPC, it's going to be more site injected. So it's got that benefit. Two, it's going to help with inflammation. The biggest things that TB500 are good for, soft tissue, ligaments, muscles, things like that. Meniscus tears. These are good ones for TB500 to be a part of. Now, they both work very well, BPC and TB500. But TB500, like I said, is going to work systemically throughout the body, not just site-specific. Working both together is going to give you way better of a recovery or result than just one by itself.
There we go. Johnny, thanks for hanging today, my man. Sorry about the hiccup at the beginning.
Don't apologize, man. Hey, listen, we work through anything. We adapt and we overcome, right? In anything we do.
I'm gonna take the little one and we're gonna go hit, as you would say, we're gonna go get some links. We're gonna hit the links.
There we go.
We're gonna get on that little golf course right now and see if we can swing at these bad boys.
Nice. Get that club, get that swing. Get playing all those sports, man. That's what it's all about.
Nice fluid motion. You guys have fun, man. And again, thanks for taking time today, and appreciate it. I want to see more of these videos from the week.
Oh, don't worry. I'm gonna have Andreas put together the movie of the week and then have it out. So you guys are going to see all the highlights from everything we did.
Awesome.
Thanks, Johnny, man.
Thank you.
You're the best of the family. Yeah. Bye, buddy.
Bye, guys. Bye-bye.
It's up to you to shut it.